Scenario: another 4.5 years of world war, Russia-Turkey rift, Israel-Iran nuclear conflict, NATO closing the Bosporus Straits to the Black Sea for Russia. For World War III to continue for another 4.5 years, and according to the World Puppeteers plan, it should continue for about 6 years. Like World Wars I and II, it's necessary: A, for Turkey to gradually enter the war on the side of NATO, having quarreled with Russia, in particular to cause confusion for Turkey in Adjara, Abkhazia, and Artsakh. B, Ukraine together with Moldova and Romania to destroy Transnistria. C, Poland and Lithuania to strain the Kaliningrad region and St. Petersburg under the pretext of an alleged imminent capture, for example by Wagner, of the Suwalki corridor. D, to unfold a large-scale military confrontation between Russia and Ukraine over the Odessa and Nikolaev regions. E, for the Kosovars to finally clear Kosovo of the Serbs and shake the situation in their favor in Skopje. F, for NATO to place its base in the Åland Islands and to close the exit of Russian ships to the Baltic Sea. G, under the pretext of the need to resume a supply of Ukrainian grain to the hungry African countries, NATO, on the other hand, would block the exit of Russian ships to the Mediterranean Sea, and on the other hand, send its ships and submarines to guard Odessa and escort Ukrainian grain ships to the Bosporus, and already with weapons and cargo back to Odessa. Number 3, to initiate an escalation of the confrontation between Iran and Israel with the possible use of tactical nuclear weapons against Iran. To start real military operations in some African countries, the hidden goal of which should be to destroy the presence of Russian PMCs on the continent. K, to start actual conflicts in the Poland-Belarus-Ukraine border. L, the Americans and the British supply Kiev with F-16 jets and more missiles with a range of up to 500 kilometers or more, so that armed forces of Ukraine can bomb Moscow. Not necessarily all this will happen in the next 2 or 3 years, but all these options for escalation of hostilities with the participation of the Russian Federation are being discussed in Brussels, NATO headquarters, more and more often. And the escalation of hostilities in the NVO zone will continue, because the task is this: in the end, only 5 to 10 million people should remain in Ukraine. The population of Russia should be reduced to 6 years at least by a third. I think there's about 150 million people living in the whole of Russia, which is the biggest by area country in the world. And that we have another 4.5 years of world war ahead of us, and the brunt of this time will be borne in Russia. This is from Dipend News, and I've translated this for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.